we be live? Hi.
Howdy.
How you doing? We got 3 viewers out there already.
Yahoo! One was my
That's
dad.
encouraging. We got a message also from your dad. What's he saying there?
Said he's here, showing my love and support.
Lovely. Now you can
Love
send a
you
message
too.
to my mom and
Thanks.
tell her to come and do the same thing. And Jay Kirkpatrick says, hey guys, hi guys, what's up? And Colton says, love you. Colton, I love you too. I
Yeah.
appreciate it, man. I mean, that's your daddy, but still. So anyway, Jonathan says he might show up. He's feeling under the weather. We are also feeling under the weather. There is a flu going around. So if we're coughing and we're, blowing up blood in our hands or something crazy, then you got to be a little bit forgiving towards us because that's the situation we find ourselves in. How's everybody doing this lovely Monday evening, 5 o'clock New York time? It's now midnight in Israel. And how you been, Colton?
I'm good. Getting dark too early, but I'm good. And Ken says,
Yeah, I had a night shift last night. We'll throw that up there. Ken says, hello all. By the way, we hit our 3,000 viewing hours this week, and I've applied for monetization. So it says you got to wait a week and a half to get, for them to go through your online material, make sure you're not doing wild and crazy things, and then they give approval. And then we'll be able to do some super chats on here if anybody's interested in that kind of thing. But still, we will be operating the same. We'll be putting your comments up as much as we can, and hopefully we'll grow and get some stuff going on here.
Yeah.
We're continuing on in our Psalms 119 reading this week. We have 16 verses to go through, just like we normally do, 2 sections of the acrostic. I'm trying to drink me a little bit of soup. I made some ramen, and I got some chicken broth here that I need, or vegetable broth that I need to drink through, so I'll try to take myself off camera when I'm taking a drink. And what else? What's new with you?
Nothing. Yeah, like you said, I have a head cold too, so I have cough drops in, so y'all ignore that. But other than that, it is. So my grandparents, who I stay with, always do Christmas cleaning. So it's been Christmas cleaning today too, which is like lemon, scent, and dust, and it's like very aggressive on my throat already being raw. But
that's kind of how my stuff started too. I was working in the lounge at the hotel, and I asked them to turn on the air conditioning, and suddenly like this dust started coming out, and I was breathing it like the whole shift, 8 hours. I finished that shift, and I was coughing like crazy, and it's been holding on to me since then. I was going to say that I did a night shift last night, came home this morning, and I passed out, and I slept till 5 o'clock. I woke up at 5 o'clock, and the sun was already down.
Wow.
Yeah, 5 o'clock is not time for it to get dark. Marcelo also jumped up here and said that he's learning the Hebrew alphabet now. That is a great thing to do. I don't teach the alphabet. I don't like teaching it. But there are lots of resources on YouTube. You should definitely check out Aleph with Beth. Amazing. And if anybody's got any good links, they can throw them up in the comment there for you. So they can point you in the right direction. We're going to be starting, I was going to tell you guys, in place of our second hour, where we've been doing wine green Hebrew to English, we're going to be going through Sheo's grammar. That is SEOW. I guess I'll make a new banner and I can put that up there. Grammar. I can Hebrew trying to write in English. Good idea. Grammar for Biblical Hebrew by C.L. Sheo. Let's see if we can see that one. Okay, that's the grammar we're going to be using for our introductory Hebrew class that we will do for free online. And I will be teaching grammar through it. And whoever wants to jump on and teach with me, of course, Colton and Jonathan will be your regulars. Hopefully, Henry will join us. We'll actually be teaching through the grammar, going over what it means and everything, and also doing the translation exercises that are English to Hebrew. For the second the second hour that we normally do of the grammar, which is normally the English to Hebrew from Wine Green, for Patreon only, we're going to be doing something. We're going to try to do something SLA directed. That is something more conversational, more geared toward production and listening to Hebrew. So hopefully we can get some ideas going and flowing and moving in that direction. If anybody has anything, any concepts or any ideas, please let us know. Ken asks, when will that start? Basically, we are right now we're going to be starting exercise 41 from Wine Green today. And there are 42 total exercise sets in Wine Green, which means probably we're going to do half of 41 today, the other half next week. And then 2 more weeks after that for 41 or 42 part 1 and 42 part 2. And then we will be finished with Wine Green. Again, we did not, I chose not to teach through Wine Green, meaning that we didn't cover grammar. Anyone who participated was participating on the basis of just doing the exercises and covering the grammar discussions on their own. It's an executive decision that I took because I just felt like we needed to push through that book so that it would exist online for people who wanted it. But apart from that, Xiao, it's a Chinese name, Xiao. It will, I'm going to try to find my grammar book real quick. It will be an actual class where we're going to talk about what he means and the grammar. I apologize, I didn't have the book out and ready to show you. I've got it here somewhere. I think here. Yeah. That doesn't work with me. This is the grammar that we're going to be using. A Grammar for Biblical Hebrew, revised edition by C.L. Xiao. The name SEOW is the Chinese name that's normally written XIAO. So it is not, I always thought it was Xiao or something like that, but it's Xiao. So that's the name. And all right, let us get into Hebrew. How do you feel? Colton, you ready to go?
Let's do it.
All right. Filling it up, and we will start reading. I think everybody's got an idea of what we're going to be doing pretty soon. So here we go. Colton, can you see the seats on Streamline? You can see like who's present and not.
No, I can't because I'm not logged into the actual account. I'm on my account.
All right, no problem. I just wanted to know if you saw somebody pop in, you can let me know because I'm looking at the PowerPoint, but I'll look back and check. These are our Patreon members to whom we give thanks. Modim lachem al shitufchem b'projekt hazeh. We give you thanks for your participation in this project. Number 1, Galen, whom we haven't seen for some time. I don't know where he's been. He was jumping on with us for the English to Hebrew, but not sure where he is right now. And Jay Kirkpatrick, who's with us today, already said hello. Thank you so much. Thank you. And our standard members, Adel, who's not going to be here today. I've already spoken with him. Colton is here. Elena joined us 2 weeks ago. Aaron, that's with us on Discord all the time. Jonathan Santana. Ken, who's also here. Muriel is, I haven't seen her say hello, but she's always here with us. So I assume she is somewhere there. Nate on Discord is Swiss in our group. Oscar and Asael. So we thank you guys so very much. Muriel is here. There she is right there saying hi. Thank you guys for being here. We appreciate your contribution and your help and your support of the project. And hopefully it will be something that will produce useful things for you, things that make your learning more successful. And if you have ideas for anything that we can do to help, please let us know anytime. And join us, of course, on Discord. If you're not on the Discord service, our Discord server, you should definitely jump over there because we talk all day and all night. thehebrewcafe.com/Discord. It's free. Come get involved and let us know what you think, and also, participate in learning. These are the first 8 verses that we're going to be going over today. They start with the letter Yod. Sorry. We are working through the acrostic. Again, both Colton and I are sick today, So if we need to take a cough, I hope you forgive us. Jonathan's also sick, so if he shows up, he'll probably coffee and nasty too. This is our first verse, Psalm 119:73. Yadecha, this is yadayim is hands, yadecha asuni, it's a kal, right? It's they made me. Yadecha asuni, vayekhonenuni. This is from lachun, right? But it's the polel form. Havineni ve'elmeda mitzvotecha. Okay, so let's put up hand, right? So your hands made me, asuni, vayekhonenuni, and they prepared me. It's another way of saying they made me, right? They fashioned me, they prepared me. This is an imperative. Make me understand. Havineni, give me understanding, make me understand. And this is the result of that understanding, that I might learn, adjussive, right? That I might learn, a cohortative, your commandments. And this is plural, mitzvotecha. Singular would be mitzvatha, or in pause, mitzvatecha. All right, so here we go. This is the NRSV in the JPS Tanakh. Your hands have made and fashioned me. They made and fashioned. They like lichonen. Give me understanding, havineni, that I may learn your commandments. Now learn, lamad, lilmod. It means both to learn and to study. So you might get the feeling of studying them or of learning them, like they become involved in my mind. It's both the action of trying to learn, the studying, and the absorption of the information into the mind. Your hands made me and fashioned me. What's that, Colton?
Yeah.
Hi, Elena is here.
Yeah. And then James also said hi in the chat.
And James also is with us as Seeing Greek and Hebrew. He's with us over on Discord all the time. So, guys, jump over on Discord.
Yeah. What I was going to say is what we might call the difference between input and intake. You can have a lot of
input and intake.
Yeah, input is external, so it's what it's the thing that you receive when you're inputting, when you're receiving something, and the intake is actually the stuff that you are able to process. And so I'm coming at that from a very like SLA book, but it's the same kind of thing. You know, there's what we
that the intake idea normally is called acquisition, right?
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
And so acquisition in Hebrew has a term also. This is lirkosh, rachash. So if you acquire a language, you rochesh safa. Safa. It's so hard to write this way. So lilmod is more the action that you're doing, but it also goes into the brain. But rachash is this, or lirkosh is this idea that you're really acquiring it, because it's also the word for property. Rechush. Rechush in the Bible even is property, rechush. So looking again at the JPS, give me understanding that I may learn your commandments. Ultimately, the goal of studying is learning, right? You want the material to go into your brain. And so that's surely what it means, that give me understanding so I can learn it. Because you want those commandments to be something that goes into your brain and into your heart. Any comments before we move to the next one? Hi, Elena. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. All is well.
You healthy today?
Say it again.
Are you healthy today? Both of us are sick.
What happened?
I think there's just a flu going around.
Okay, you need to pray. You need prayers.
Jonathan's got it going on too, and he's not even close to us. So.
Just to be clear, I'm not even close to Jason, but
Wow.
I'm actually pretty close to Jonathan. I think it's just a combination of weather and rain and stuff this week here. So it's just you're unlucky enough to suffer from bad allergies and colds and stuff, you know.
Well, here's the next verse, Colton, if you want to grab it. I'm going to turn off my camera while I take a drink of soup.
Sure. ייראהו ירוני וישמחו, כי לדברך 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥𝗡. Hey, Jonathan did make it. Look at that.
Did you bet against me?
We did. 𝗥𝗔𝗦𝗡𝗥.
Thanks.
I assume Jason circled that because I did not pronounce the accent correctly. So 𝗥𝗔𝗦𝗡. And so those who fear you will see me, and they will rejoice, or they will be happy. For I wait for your word. And so the NRSV here has, those who fear you shall see me and rejoice, because I have hoped in your word. Wait and hope are both like valid translations. In this case, hope is probably better for 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥. But and then the JPS says, those who fear you will see me and rejoice, for I've put my hope in your word.
Yeah. Normally, we'd expect, if we've got the future here, 𝗥𝗚𝗦, we would expect the real perfect, right? 𝗥𝗚𝗦𝗃. 𝗥𝗚𝗦𝗃.
Yeah, we just get another 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗃.
𝗥𝗚𝗦, or in pause, 𝗥𝗚𝗦𝗃. 𝗥𝗚𝗦𝗃. But in this case, it's written as if it were adjusted. And let them rejoice. But that would be the connective that is in order that they might rejoice. They will see me so that they will be happy. Something like that. Yeah. Yeah, Jonathan, we were betting against you because we're all sick. Now, Elena is not sick, but both
I'm not
both
sick
Colton and I
yet,
am.
but my medication makes me violently ill. So I was like, well, if I go through this while I'm on the stream, that would be annoying for everybody. But it is better now, so we're here.
Well, if you're going to be illy violent, reconsider. Don't be violent, just be ill. Violently ill, illy violent. Elena was here next, so what does she tackle? Verse 75 for us?
Okay. ידעתי, אדוני, כי צדק משפטיך ואמונה עניתני. So ידעתי, I know, Adonai, that tzedek, righteous, mishpatecha, your judgments, and emunatecha, and steadfastness, and let me see. And steadfastness.
So emunah is normally faith or faithfulness.
Faithfulness, yeah.
It has to do with the verb he'emin, like I believe.
That's not the word. And faithfulness, you afflicted me. You afflicted me.
Yeah. So it's kind of an instrumental sense, isn't it? Like with faithfulness.
Faithfulness afflicted me.
With faithfulness you afflicted me. How would you arrange this sentence? Tzedek mishpatecha. Yadati ki tzedek mishpatecha.
Tzedek mishpatecha, that is righteous.
See, that's a gloss. When you say tzedek is righteous or righteousness, and then mishpatecha is judgments, and it's your judgments. This is a gloss. But it's not a sentence. Like a sentence is how you would actually say it in English. Like you can't say in English, righteous, your judgments.
Is. You need to put is.
Okay.
Or.
So what's the subject? That's the question. What's the subject? And
Your
what's the predicate noun?
Your judgments are
yes.
right.
Yeah, the subject is your judgments, and tzedek is describing them. So your judgments are righteousness, meaning your judgments are right or true.
Mhm.
What is the function of Adonai in that sentence? Yadati Adonai ki tzedek mishpatecha.
That's vocative. I don't know.
Yeah. Vocative. Vocative is the case in Greek or in Latin that is used for direct address. You're calling out someone. You're calling their name or addressing them somehow. Right.
Mhm.
So I knew, O Lord, that your judgments were righteous. All right. There we go. These are the NRSV and the JPS. I know, O Lord, that your judgments are right and that in faithfulness you have humbled me. Humbled. Technically, the word means to oppress or to afflict. But it's normally it's like to treat somebody badly, kind of like punishment, but it means to bring them down. Again, we mentioned this verb before with regard to Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement. The Torah says, "Whoever does not le'anot," it's the same word le'anot. Whoever doesn't do enui to himself, to his own soul, will be cut off from his people. If he doesn't do it on Yom Kippur, if he doesn't humble and afflict himself.
Okay,
And the rabbis have interpreted that to mean fasting.
I got a question.
Mhm.
Okay, so it is yada T, and so I know, right? But we saying echad ani yodea. What's the difference between yodea and yadati?
So Yodea is a participle. Yodea,
Mhm.
Yodea, and Yadati is a called perfect.
Yeah.
In the Bible, the perfect is normally used for emotion words like love and know, emotion and thoughts. The perfect is used as a present tense. But in Mishnah Hebrew, at the time of the Mishnah, where we say echad ani yodea,
Mhm.
yodea is a participle that's used as the present tense in the Mishnah.
Okay.
And you can say, you will find sometimes in the Bible, ani yodea, but it's necessary to be a participle. Like yadati is enough to be the present tense. Yadati ki ata Adonai. I know that you are the Lord. Right?
And in the contemporary Hebrew, if I want to say I know that something, that would be which?
You know, it's funny because if you have a notification board, you will see that somebody will post Hayadata. Oops, I can't write today. Hayadata. Did you know? Did you know? And it's asking, do you know? Right? Normally in modern Hebrew, you use the participle as the present tense. Participle is present tense. And we call it in Hebrew Zman Benoni, that it's the between tense, between the past and the future.
Okay.
But that's not how it was developed in the Bible.
Okay.
In the Bible, the participle is usually used after hine. Hine and participle. Behold, I am doing this. Hineni ose. Or you can use it too as a circumstantial participle, like Ra'iti otcha ose. I saw you doing something. Don't worry about tenses in the Bible. The tenses are more complex and require a lot of discussion.
Thank you so much.
Do you have? Can you put headphones in? Because I do hear feedback from your computer.
You hear something from my computer?
Yeah, like your speakers are playing my voice and it's coming back through your microphone. Now I can't hear you speak. No, you're silent now. It's always a good idea when you're on stream to put in headphones of some kind. I use what are they called? AirPods, so that you can't hear anything coming through my computer. But I can't hear you at all now. So we're going to move on to Jonathan 4, verse 76, and try to figure out what's going on with your audio. See you in a minute. Jonathan, are you with us? Howdy. Can't hear you either. Unmute mic. Can't unmute your guest because they chose to mute themselves.
Sorry. Yeah.
All right. So here we are in verse 76. You were checking what?
On my mom. Was going to.
Oh.
Because
you want to go do that?
I got sick again. Well, let me do this verse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is interesting. Na on a third singular. Yehina 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥𝗩𝗘 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥𝗩𝗘. That's it. So let your loving kindness, or your I just committed my own pet peeve, your covenant faithfulness, compassionate.
Let it be. Right?
Compassionate
Let it be.
To me, or something like that.
Well, lenachem is to comfort.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let your faithful covenant love, whatever, let it be for comforting me.
Yeah.
Okay.
𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥𝗩𝗘, as you said to your servant.
Okay, according to your word or your promise.
Yeah.
Remember, he uses imra a lot for promise.
Okay.
As
Cool.
a promise to your servant.
All right. I'll be
Okay.
back for the next one.
Let your steadfast love become my comfort according to your promise to your servant. May your steadfast love comfort me in accordance with your promise to your servant. All the same ideas. All right. I think we are back to me. Elena, how's your microphone working out?
Still can't hear you.
Yeah, no audio. You should have a button for settings that you should be able to pull up and test your audio stuff. All right. יבואוני רחמך ואחיה, כי תורתך שעשועי. שעשועי. יבואוני. Let them come to me. Ooh, I really hear myself in your mic. Yeah. You're feeding back pretty heavy. You don't have headphones to put in? Elena?
I changed it.
Okay. Let's see if that works.
Mm-hmm.
Yev'oni rachamecha. Rachamecha is the subject of that verb. Let them come to me. Let your mercies come to me, that I might live. Ve'echiyeh is the jussive, the cohortative. Let me live, that I might live. Let your mercies come to me, that I might live. For your Torah is my delight. Your Torah is my delight. Let your mercy come to me, that I may live, for your law is my delight. It's the same idea. We should be noticing throughout these verses that we have an imperfect or a past tense or something here, and then we have a imperfect connected with a vav that is clearly not a vav consecutive. And once that is the case, we should look at this as a purpose statement most of the time. Let this happen, that this might happen or may happen. So let your mercy come to me, that I may live, or that I might live. That's a relationship we should see throughout this psalm, because it happens a lot. All right. Colton, you want to take number 78?
Indeed, I do. יבושו זדים כשכר יבטוני. אני אשיח בפיקודיך.
Okay. Yevoshu.
Those yeah. Though the flagrantly sinful,
Yeah, that's a Zadim.
they will be ashamed for.
With the fronting of that verb, does that mean something to you?
Let them.
Let them be ashamed. Yeah.
For they have. Okay, we said so. Yeah, we said Iva or Le'ivot would.
Le'avet. So Ivet.
Yeah. Oh, it is.
Here.
It's a tav. Okay. We said this is something like to like bend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so, for they bend me with deceit. They cover me with deceit. They bend around me deceit. Something like that.
Mm-hmm. They bend me falsely, meaning that they lead me astray. They turn me aside, something like that.
Right. I will meditate on your statutes.
Okay. We could put a though, right? Like the flagrantly sinful, let them be ashamed. For though they have bent me with lies, or they've bent me falsely, they've led me astray falsely, I will meditate on your, or I will talk of your enactments or laws or something like that.
Well, we have 11.
We have 11 at 12:30 at night, which is 5:30 for you guys. Jonathan, are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So it says, let the arrogant be put to shame because they have subverted me with guile. As for me, notice the ani with the revian. That's setting it apart. As for me, I will meditate on your precepts. Let the innocent be dismayed, for they have wronged me without cause. I shall study your precepts. Like there are all kinds of things you could do with it. I really like the idea of connecting this with a negative and positive, and connecting it with the idea of though. And though they do this bad thing, I will do this good thing. Right? I like that connection. Okay. Elena was next, and then so Elena, 79, please.
9. It is Ein Tet. Yeshuvu Li.
This is 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥𝗩𝗘. That means that these are the letters that are written in the consonantal text of the Bible. But these are the words the Masoretes say. This is the word the Masoretes say we need to read.
Okay.
Okay. I wrote this arrow to indicate that these words, that the li is enclitic, that it belongs to Yeshuvu, so it's Yeshuvuli,
Yeah.
and that this is the subject. Yire'echa is the subject of Yeshuvu.
Okay, so it is Yereha who do Yeshuvuli. Okay, so
But Yeshuvu is intentionally in the beginning of the sentence because it's adjusted.
Okay, so that means that return.
Yeah. So let them return.
Let them return.
Mm-hmm.
But it is not like that Jessup that we saw before. Let.
It is. This is Jessup. Yeah.
It is Jessup.
Yeah. It's the normal way to indicate Jessup is to move the verb to the front of the sentence.
Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you. So let return to me.
What's 𝗥𝗚𝗦𝗘𝗦?
Fear.
Mm-hmm.
To be to
𝗥𝗚𝗦𝗘𝗏.
You
Mm-hmm.
fear
Those
you.
who fear you.
Those who fear you. Okay.
So let those who fear you come to me, or turn to me, or return to me.
Okay. Where you the A. 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥𝗓. So let me see. So it is your it is testimonies, right? Your testimonies and those who know your testimonies. That's what
Those who know your testimonies. So those who fear you and those who know your testimonies, let them return to me or turn to me. Okay. If we were to read it according to the consonantal text, it's also a valid reading, right? Let them return to me, those who fear you. And we could read this as a Jessup also. 𝗕𝗓𝗦𝗘𝗢, and let them know your testimonies. Let them return to me and let them know your testimonies. So the consonantal text is legible. It's not necessary to read it with Masoretic tradition, but we tend to go with them anyway. Let those who fear you turn to me, so that they may know your decrees. So they do read it so that they may know. They read it with the consonantal text in the NRSV. But the JPS says, may those who fear you, those who know your decrees, reading with the Masoretic pointing, turn again to me. So we've got a disagreement with the NRSV going with the consonantal text and the JPS Tanakh going with the Masoretic 𝗕𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗏. Do you notice that? Very nice, yes. Very nice. All right, Jonathan, if you would grab verse 80.
Okay.
This is the last of this section.
𝗥𝗓𝗙𝗡 tamim b'chukecha lema'an lo evosh. So let my heart be pure in your statutes.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that, so that I might not be put to shame.
All right. So this connection, this so that or in order that, is very overt, right? Yeah, it's explicit with lema'an. Most of the time they haven't been using lema'an, but that relationship is still established in the line. 𝗥𝗓𝗙𝗡 tamim, let my heart be pure. Tamim is pure, it is innocent, it is blameless, it is
spotless.
Yeah, the spotless lamb, right?
Mm-hmm.
We saw before this word evosh, which is the first person, first common singular. We saw yevoshu. Yevoshu, which is they, let them be ashamed. Right? So now we've got evosh, that I not be ashamed. Good. May my heart be blameless in your statutes, so that I might not be put to shame. It's passive. They put me to shame, I am put to shame. May I wholeheartedly follow your laws, so that I don't come to grief. Grief is just a word that they're using as a generic bad feeling, but it's specifically the feeling of shame. All right. So back to me, verse 81. 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥𝗓 נפשי, לדברך ייחלתי. We've seen this several times already. that I've waited for your word, or I've awaited your word. I'm waiting for what you promised, right? So my soul, this is feminine, nefesh. Nefesh is feminine. Nefesh. Okay, and it's the subject of kalta. Kalta, kala. Kala means to finish, like to be finished. So it's saying that my soul is finished. My soul is wearing out. It's dying. My soul is pining or languishing. It's going to die pretty soon if you don't hurry up. My soul is ending for your salvation, your deliverance. It means that I'm waiting and waiting and waiting, and my soul is dying from how long I'm waiting. How long do I have to wait? So my soul is languishing for your deliverance. I am waiting for your word. I have waited for your word, meaning I'm wearing out here. My soul languishes for your salvation. I hope in your word. I long for your deliverance. I hope for your word. And this is a very hopeful thing, right? I hope for your word. It's also this feeling of I'm waiting for it. Come on, I'm waiting. So it's the psalmist at this point is starting to express his anguish. This is also a negative feeling that he feels like he's waited forever for God to answer and deliver him, and it's not happening. Why is it not happening? All right, Colton, verse 82.
𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗧𝗢𝗓 לאמרתך לאמור מתי תנחמני. My eyes languish for your word, saying, when will you comfort me?
Good. We had said before that the verb wants to jump forward for the jussive, right? But there's also a sense in which passive verbs jump forward. So kalu, even though it's in the kal, it's kal, it's still got a passive sense to it. That they're passing away, they are wearing out, they are languishing. It's something's happening to them that's a negative feeling. They are coming to an end. And so this passive sense brings the verb forward also a lot of times. All right. When will you comfort me?
I was just gonna say it's interesting because this section, this cough section, is it's halfway through, right? It's the 11th letter. There's 22 letters, right? In the alphabet. That this tone change happens. Okay, I'm
just
halfway
after
through. Just after, as you reach the halfway mark. I'm halfway through. I've been talking about your word, and I'm like, where is it? Like, how long are we gonna do this for? And he's I don't know, like, because this is very different to me. Like, the words necessarily aren't different, but the tone that this section takes is extremely different. So it just so happens that it's halfway through. I don't think.
Yeah, because until now it's been bad things happen to me, but I trust you. Bad things happen, but I let me myself learn your words and your precepts and stay faithful to you. And suddenly he's like, wow, why is it taking so long for you to do what you promised to do?
Yeah.
And so he says, Matai tenachameni, when will you comfort me? When will you make me feel better about the situations that I keep finding myself in? Right? There is an impatience that's expressed in this section of the psalm.
And it just so happens to be halfway through exactly.
It's a good note. All right. Elena, if you want to take 83.
Okay. So that will be a Gimel. Ki hati kinod kin kitor hukecha lo shachti.
Couple of interesting words there, right?
So For I became.
Let's take this as also as a gnomic sense. I am.
I am. I am. I am like.
Mm-hmm.
Like. I'll go to the words. So
People who speak modern Hebrew, when they hear nod, it means like the sound of the word nod is like a fart, like like you pass gas. Nod.
oh,
So it sounds bad to the ears of somebody who speaks modern Hebrew. But you will see that in the story of Cain and Abel, we have the word nod, this one, from the word nad, to wander. So nod is the name of a place. But we also see in the story of Elijah, the word nod meaning a water skin or a wine skin, something you put liquid in to save it and drink it. Nod is a skin. Probably wine.
okay. So it says.
And kitol should remind you of the word ketore.
Okay, so for I am like wine
Skin.
skin. I in the it says smoke.
Yeah.
And
But it's not the normal word for smoke, which is ashan. Ashan.
like
But it's specifically the type of smoke that you're burning something intentionally for its smell, like incense.
incense.
It's the smoke that comes from incense mostly. Ketore is incense.
Okay, like wineskin and smoke, and your statutes. Okay, so and I don't forget.
Yeah, I haven't forgotten your statutes or your laws. Let's take key here as though. Though I have become like a wineskin in smoke, I haven't forgotten your laws. What's it mean, a wineskin in smoke? What happens to wineskins when they stay in smoke or any leather?
Well, it becomes it cracks.
Yeah, it becomes old, it becomes dry, it cracks. So he's saying, while I'm waiting for your promise, I'm getting old and drying out and cracking. I am like a wineskin in smoke. But even though I am languishing while I wait for you to fulfill your promise to me, I have not let your laws slip from my mind. I haven't forgotten them. Right? Wineskin dried in smoke, the JPS pulls that out. Though I've become like a wineskin dried in smoke, I haven't forgotten. I haven't neglected your laws. Good. Jonathan, we are at 84. Hey, Dalit.
Yes. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay. What time is it here? 5:48. Okay. Kama yemei avdecha, matai ta'aseh v'rodefai mishpat. So how, I don't know, maybe how are the days of your servant? Comma?
So how is ech?
It's also comma, but it usually has a kamat.
Kama is how many.
Okay, so how many days? Maybe. I mean, literally, it's how many days your servant, but it's missing.
But it's not days your servant because it's construct, so it's days of your servant.
Right, that's what I'm. Well,
and because
yeah.
this is definite.
Well, yes,
days of your servant.
Yes.
You said literally. Literally,
Yeah.
it's the days of your servant.
Okay,
And
fine.
then we need a copula. How many
Okay,
are
you
the
nitpicker.
days of your servant? What's it mean? How many are the days of your servant?
It means like, when will your servant's life end?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, something like that. Like, how
Okay.
long do I have left?
All right.
Is this perhaps matai, like ad matai?
Ad matai doesn't mean perhaps. It means until when. Matai means when.
Okay. So when will you make Vorodify my pursuers just?
No. When will you do justice against those who pursue me?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Why is there a dagesh in the tav? Matai ta'aseh.
That's a good question.
The yod is actually a yod.
Yod is a consonant. Yay! It's
Yeah.
not a verb.
Good
It's not a vowel.
Good
Yeah.
call, Colton.
Yod. In the diphthong I, the vowel is patach or sometimes kamatz, and the yod is really a consonant. This has issues pertaining to the pointing of yud he vav he in the Masoretic text. Points it as yud with shva, kamatz with hey. If it's kamatz hey, then this is a vowel. But if we are to be reading this as Adonai, sorry to bring this up again, it's my issue. If we were to read it as Adonai, where we're reading this word instead of this word, it ends in a consonant, yod. And that means that we will never find after it a 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥𝗡 letter that is soft. It will always have dagesh. Do you think that happens in the text of the Bible? If it's read with a conjunctive accent here, and it's followed by bet, we should expect this to be soft because this is a vowel letter.
You should send your work to Nehemiah Gordon
He should hear this. People have
and
made this
say,
claim.
"Hey, what do you think of this? What do you think?"
So
of my
even
work?"
with conjunctive accents, there will never be a soft 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥𝗡 letter after the name Adonai, because it is to be read with a consonant and not with a vowel. Just so you know, that's just a little piece of information. So, matai ta'aseh v'rodfai mishpat? When will you do just judgment against those who pursue me? Again, expressing impatience, right? How long am I supposed to be living on this planet? Are you going to do this before I die? You know? All right. So that was Jonathan's back to me. Okay. Karoli zedim shichot asher lo toratecha. Okay, karu does not mean they pierced, it means they dug. So zedim is this arrogant or flagrant, wanton sinners.
This is a Jesus verse, isn't it?
This is not. These wanton, arrogant sinners have dug out for me pits. What's it mean? That they've dug out things on the ground that they expect me to fall into. They're trying to trap me. Okay, they've dug out pits for me. This word shicha is not sicha. It's shicha with shin. Okay? Shicha or shichot, meaning pit or trap. They've dug out traps for me to try to catch me, which are not according to your Torah. So they've done it against your Torah, not according to it, and they're trying to trap me. The arrogant have dug pitfalls for me. They flout your law. Not according to, they flout it. Insolent have dug pits for me, pitfalls. Okay, we need to get to verse 88.
Yep.
We are in 86, and we've got 6 minutes. So
Kol
go run for it.
Kol mitzvotecha emunah, sheker redafuni ozreini. Sheker. Redafuni ozreini. All of your commandments are faithful, trustworthy, something like those.
Yeah, again, it's using a noun. Faithfulness, right? But it's using a noun as an adjective, right? Just like we saw before, tzedek, which is a noun meaning righteousness, but it's used to mean righteous. We see all the time the word emet, meaning truth, but it's used to mean true. And in this case, sheker is the opposite, being used as an adverb, right? And go ahead.
They pursue me falsely. Save me.
Yeah. And ozreni is what?
An imperative.
Imperative.
Yeah.
Yeah. So normally we would say azor, help, azor. But if it's a long form imperative, then it's ozra. Oops. Ozra. Ozra. And when you add any as an object suffix, azor becomes similar to a long form imperative because you've added a couple of syllables to it. So it's ozreni. Ozreni. Good. Okay, all your commandments are enduring. They are faithfulness. They are trustworthy also. Aminot. I'm persecuted without cause. Without cause, falsely. Like they're doing it. They're chasing after me with no cause. Help me. Help me. Help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda.
Oh my
Help
gosh,
me,
are you going
Elena.
back to the 60s?
Help
Jason
me,
here is an
Elena.
old soul.
Yeah, Elena wants to help us by reading verse 87.
My dad is watching. He was born in '60, so be careful what you say.
Okay.
Yeah, my mom was born in 63. Be nice.
My mom was born in 51. Eat it.
Oh, wow.
And my dad was born in 55. Colton said 60.
כמעט קיבלוני בארץ ואני לא עזבתי פקודיך. Okay. So they finished me.
We had before Kalu Enai, right? Kalu Enai. And we had Kalata,
Finish.
Kalta Nafshi.
Okay, they finished me a little.
Yeah. So these are in the Kal. They are finishing or whatever. And this is in the PL. They have finished me. They've put an end to me. And Kimat means almost.
A little. So
Almost.
yeah, okay, almost. They almost made me finish.
Yeah, they almost made an end to me.
They almost made
put an
an
end
end to me in the land, but I did not forsake your precepts.
Yeah. Yeah. And as for me, I did not forsake. Yeah. I have not forsaken your precepts. I did not abandon. They almost wiped me off the earth. Look at that. That's very colloquial. Good. And verse 88 for Jonathan, and we will be done with the section.
I get to close us out. Nice.
Please do.
All right. Hayeni. Ve'eshmara edut picha. Yeah, picha. Okay, so let me live according to your loving kindness.
Yeah, sustain me, give me life. Give me life or sustain me.
So give me life according to your faithfulness. I'm trying to not ever say loving kindness. the eshmala so that I might 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥𝗓.
So I might what?
Face, the likeness
So I
of your
might
face.
keep. So I might keep.
The
Edut,
likeness.
we've seen so many times as 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥.
Oh, well, edut. I'm thinking of Genesis. Oh, that's
𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥
𝗥𝗚𝗚.
meaning
Never
your
mind. Never mind. Never mind.
𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗃 means your testimonies.
Yeah, your testimony. The testimony of
So
your mouth.
this is singular. The testimony of your mouth.
Mhm.
In your steadfast love, spare my life, so I may keep the decrees of your mouth. As befits your steadfast love, preserve me, so that I may keep the decree you proclaimed. All right, that is the end of our reading in Psalms 119 for this week, which is why we marked it with Sof. Sof is the end. Yeah, great, fantastic.
Right on time,
Let's
too.
kill. Yes, let's kill that and just say our goodbyes. Guys, it's been a pleasure. Elena, thanks for joining us again.
It has been a pleasure. Thank you to.
Can't hear you. You're on mute.
We had high-ish numbers all the way through today. So
Yeah,
that's good.
We had one like.
From on where?
I don't know. It's one like on YouTube. It says one like.
On YouTube. Okay.
Yeah, guys, you can totally like and subscribe and all that fun stuff. You won't be offended. Yeah,
Also,
so
you won't be offended if you don't. Jason might, but I won't.
Yeah, give us a like. Colton, always a pleasure. Thank you, buddy. We'll see you in a few minutes. We are going over to Wine Green, exercise 41 on the other screen. Please join us.
I thought we were done today, so I have to put up with one more session of Wine Green.
No, we have 4 more sessions.
Oh, no.
Including today, we have 4 sessions.
We are almost done.
You getting my hopes up.
There are 42 exercise sets in his book. All right, guys, we'll see you on the flip side. Come over to the other street.
All right, see you, folks. Peace.